Stop for a second. Not later, not after this scroll. Right now. Because the discomfort you're carrying, the quiet kind, the kind you don't post about, it didn't show up by mistake. And if you dismiss this message too quickly, you may miss why this season of pain was assigned to you. Let me say something most people in the West are never taught to consider. Pain is not always a sign that life is falling apart. Sometimes it's a sign that life is being restructured. You were moving, busy, productive, distracted. And then, something interrupted you, a heaviness, a loss of peace, a pressure you couldn't explain. That interruption was not random. In Islam, Allah doesn't shout to get your attention. He rearranges your comfort, and suddenly, the noise fades, and the questions begin. Here's a hard truth. If everything stayed easy, you would never pause long enough to ask, is this really who I'm supposed to be? Pain slows the world down so your soul can catch up. And yes, it's uncomfortable. That's the point. Growth never asks permission. Now think about this. If Allah wanted to push you away, He would let you enjoy life without reflection. Comfort without awareness is far more dangerous than pain with purpose. So when something inside you feels unsettled, when success doesn't taste the way it used to, when silence feels heavier than noise, that is not weakness. That is guidance knocking quietly. Let me reset your attention with a simple question. If your life were perfectly comfortable right now, would you be listening to this? Exactly. Most people only look up when something inside them cracks. And that crack is not failure, it's an opening. Here's where fear enters. Because this kind of pain asks something from you. It asks you to let go of versions of yourself that no longer fit. It challenges habits you defended. It exposes attachments you thought were harmless. And the ego hates that. The ego calls this phase losing yourself. But in reality, you're being redirected. Listen carefully. Not all pain is meant to be escaped. Some pain is meant to be understood. Ignore it, and it hardens you. Reflect on it, and it sharpens you. That's why two people can go through similar struggles. One becomes bitter, the other becomes grounded. Same pain, different response. Here's something people rarely consider. What if this moment isn't about fixing your present, but protecting your future? What if Allah saw a road ahead that would have destroyed you and slowed you down before you reached it? That possibility alone changes everything. Suddenly, pain looks less like cruelty and more like intervention. Stay with me. Messages like this don't land on everyone. People who aren't ready get bored. They scroll, they dismiss. You didn't. And that matters, because awareness always begins with discomfort. Here's the urgent part. This season will pass, but it will leave you with something, either wisdom or regret. Pain always collects a payment. The only question is whether you pay attention or pay later. As we close, I want you to do one thing. In the comments, write this sentence exactly. I'm starting to understand why this pain found me. No explanations, no stories, just that line. And if this message felt uncomfortably personal, if you want to stay connected to reminders that bring clarity in a world full of noise, subscribe. Stay with us, because what you're experiencing right now is not an accident. It is Allah's plan.